Hello and welcome to Sunbelt Conference Weekly. I'm your host, Katie Morse, bringing you the latest and greatest from around the Sunbelt Conference. Last night, Arkansas State defeated Louisiana-Lafayette 37-27 in an ESPN2 showdown. Let's take a look at the highlights. Quarterback Freddie Knighton threw 2 touchdown passes, and the Red Wolves rushed for 306 yards and 2 scores against the Raging Cajuns last night. Knighton found a wide-open Darian Griswold in the end zone for a 20-0 lead and completed a deep ball to Chris Murray for a 46-yard touchdown, making it 34-7. Michael Gordon and Johnston White each had a touchdown rushing for Arkansas State. The Red Wolves had 2 interceptions, leading 15 on the season. Coach Anderson had this to say after the victory.
Love the way we came out in the first half. The energy was great, and really in all 3 phases, playing very, very well. Just told the guys at halftime this game's not over. And Lafayette did exactly what I expected. Made a couple of adjustments to help get the ball to McGuire. They played a good, solid second half, never quit, and made a game of it.
The competition between Sunbelt volleyball teams has been stiff, with only 6 weeks remaining until the championship tournament. Let's take a look and see who stood out with this week's Sunbelt Volleyball Student Athletes of the Week. For the first time this season, South Alabama's Michelle Daniel was named Offensive Student Athlete of the Week. She recorded 37 kills in USA's 2 matches last week and averaged 4.62 kills per set. Daniel is now tied for second in the Sunbelt Conference, averaging 4.25 kills per set in league play. After rallying from a 2-1 deficit, number 13 Arkansas State came back to defeat Texas State on Saturday, keeping their undefeated conference record intact. Marky Shadig has been named the Defensive Student Athlete of the Week for the 3rd time this year. She registered 48 digs with no reception errors. Mallory Warrington is the Setter of the Week for the 2nd time. She dished out 93 total assists and had no receiving errors in 8 sets of action. And for the 6th week in a row, Carlisa May is Freshman of the Week. She led the team with 31 kills in 2 matches on a .302 hitting percentage. Sunbelt football has an action-packed week ahead, starting with Georgia Southern heading to App State for a Thursday night showdown. Let's take a look at this week's Football Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Under Armour. Georgia State quarterback Nick Arbuckle is your Offensive Student Athlete of the Week. He passed for 412 yards and accounted for 3 touchdowns to lead Georgia State to the 31-19 victory at Mid-American Conference foe, Ball State. Eric Boggs is the Defensive Award winner this week. He had 2 interceptions, a team-high 11 tackles, and a pass breakup in App State's 59-14 win at UL Monroe. And your Special Teams Student Athlete of the Week is Idaho's Austin Rakow. Rakow had his biggest night as a Vandal with 4 field goals and an extra point. He also averaged 42.5 yards per punt in Idaho's victory over Troy. I had a chance to visit Troy University last week at their annual homecoming game. Let's take a look at the Trojan edition of Sunbelt Conference's Tailgate Tour, brought to you by Blue Rhino. Take a trip to Troy University and you'll encounter some beautiful landscape. Historic buildings surrounded by quiet, rolling hills. Unless you show up on a Saturday. Troy University's annual homecoming game is a day built on tradition, family, and school spirit.
Troy is a very special place. There's more of a family-like atmosphere here at Troy.
This is my first college game.
Thousands of Trojans, young and old, invade the campus to cheer, eat, sing,
Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor, viva la, viva la, viva l'amor, viva l'amor, viva l'amor, viva la compagnie.
share memories, and make new ones in the shadows of Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Getting to hang out with, people who have been here before us. I enjoy being able to listen to and spend some time with those guys who were here, maybe 20, even 30 years ago.
And this love for Troy is one that extends far beyond a football uniform.
It's just so much fun to see alumni come back with their kids, because I grew up doing that. Both my parents were involved in the Sound at the South in the mid to late 80s. My dad played trombone and my mom played trumpet, and so I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Sound of the South.
From the cheerleaders and dancers, to the band and choir, to even students in the stands, everyone feels at home at Troy.
What I love is the school spirit that the athletics try to cultivate with our student body. I feel like everybody has something to be proud about no matter what program they're part of. That's what I love about homecoming.
For the Sunbelt Conference Digital Network, I'm Katie Morse. Did you miss that big play that everyone was tweeting about? Well, look no further. Here are this week's Sunbelt top plays. And first, we'll head down to Monroe as App State takes on the Warhawks. And App State's going to punt. Or are they? Kicker Bentley Critcher finds Elias McMurray, makes the catch, and they get the first down. And over to the Georgia Southern football field as Wesley Fields weaves his way past defenders, going in for the score. There he goes, jump cutting his way in for 6 points. And take a look at this top play from Arkansas State Volleyball. Hannah Roby bicycle kicks it back over her head as Arkansas State saves the ball. Let's look at that one more time. I sure hope the soccer coach has her number. That was a big top play. And that'll just about do it for this edition of Sunbelt Conference Weekly. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday. And for more Sunbelt Conference action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For all of us here at the Sunbelt Studios in New Orleans, I'm your host, Katie Morse. Thanks for watching.